What's up, Snapchat? Y'all, I gotta really tell y'all about what happened to me today. I'm gonna be hitting up Fox Network, everybody. Y'all think I'm playing about. Do you guys see the scratch on my face? Look at that. I got some scratches down here. You guys can see that. And then look inside my mouth. I don't know if you guys could see that. My gums are lifted. Also, I have a scratch. You guys see that right there? Right there, I got a scratch. So, how this all ended up happening was I was at Walmart. I had just dropped my husband off at work, and I was shopping for some items. Me and my three kids were walking out in the parking lot, and I noticed that this lady was walking really, really fast up on my kid's back. And I told my children very politely to move over to the side to let the young lady pass by. I didn't notice that her car was parked next to my car. So what ended up happening was the lady waited till she got in her car, and I heard her say, "What did you say, fat bitch?" And I said, "Excuse me?" Like, what I said was for my kids to move to the side because I thought that was really rude that you almost ran them over trying to get to wherever you were trying to get. So the lady waited till she got in her car to start talking shit, and she was like, "Whatever, you fat bitch." And I'm like, "Okay, I know." And I guess it must have ticked her off that the fat words and the fat calling names were not bothering me. So she went from saying fat bitch to me to say, proceeded to be like, "Oh, well, fuck you then, you fucking nigger. Go back to Africa." And I'm like, whoa, mind y'all, this is a Caucasian lady, right? And at this time, I'm like, okay, forget the fatness, but nigger, I don't deserve to be called a nigger. So she proceeded to put her car in reverse to back up. And up, she blurted out, "Fuck you, you nigger," and the little nigglets. Talking about my children. My children are nigglets. So I'm not gonna lie, I was very heated at the moment. I just didn't feel like I deserved to be called a nigger. So I was like, you know what, let me just get in the car because my husband do work. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize my husband's, where he work. So I was just like trying to let it go. The next thing I know is she's reversing, she spits on me. She fucking threw a loogie on my shirt. Now at this time, I'm really upset now. It's over. So she's proceeding to drive. I'm walking to my trunk to put my things in the trunk, and I'm like, okay, this bitch just spit on me. So a lot of people came over, and I guess she got really, really, really badass. So she put her car in park, jumped out of the car, and when she jumped out of the car, she proceeded to call me niggers and proceeded to call my children nigglets. Now, after that, I'm at a heated moment. I'm telling her to bag the fuck up because she's in my area now. She's in my space. Next thing I know, she proceeded to spit another loogie on me. At that time, I had. Now, mind you, there's hella people out there. So I reached over a man's hand and I grabbed her by her fucking hair and I started to beat her motherfucking ass. Now, this is what I call self-defense. I didn't start this argument. I didn't do anything to this lady. I protected myself. That's what I did. I protected. In the midst of the fight, the lady proceeded to stick her whole hand inside of my mouth. I know, fucking disgusting. Stuck her hand in my mouth and she's trying to rip my fucking... I don't know what came to my mind. All I knew was to bite this bitch like a fucking pit bull. This bitch is trying to tear you apart. And that's what I proceeded to do. I bit her. So when I got the best of her, I stuck my knee inside of her, on top of her neck, and I had her by her fucking hair, and I told her, now say sorry. Say sorry because I'm not a fucking nigga, nor are my motherfucking children nigglets. Now apologize. Now everybody walking up to me, "Ma'am, let her go, let her go. Just think about your kids." I said, I am thinking about my kids. Now the bitch on the ground hollering for dear life. "Oh, my thumb! Oh, somebody get her off me!" But bitch, you wasn't speaking all that shit when you was out there calling me. So, with all that said and done, I fucked her ass up. Now, I don't know what the fuck is going on and why people is making this racism shit okay. We need to stop this hate crime, for real. because this shit is getting real. And I was looking at all the stuff on the media like, damn, you know, I feel for those lives that are lost. I felt like it could not have happened to me. I really did. I was just like, you know what, stuff is going too far. I'm just going to lay low. It won't happen to me if I don't say nothing, if I don't do anything. Guess what? It happened to me. It happened to me. Now my kids are afraid of white people. My children are afraid of white people now because they're traumatized, thinking that my husband had to take off work in order to, you know, diffuse the situation, and it really got out of hand. Next thing I know, mind you, every white person is not racist. Now, there's 2 Caucasian men. They're like, no, I heard her call you a nigger. So, I'm for sure one of the dudes' name was Jack, and the other dude name, I think, was Hector. These were 2 Caucasian dudes. They actually told the police in the police report. They defended me, and they told the laws that, yes, that lady called her a nigger, and she also proceeded to call her children nigglets. She even told her children, get the little... So, the 2 Caucasian dudes also was just like, you know, that's some racism stuff. Why can't we all get along? And I am going to the victim place because my kids are traumatized. They are afraid of white people, all because of this one. That about maybe 20 minutes later, I see the same car pull up while we're outside waiting for the cops to come, and this big guy, huge 300-pound man, get out the car. This bald head man, he had tattoos all over him. He gets out the car yelling, who fucked up my white... I'm like, her hand wouldn't have never got bitten if the bitch wouldn't have never put the goddamn hand in my mouth like that. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I was trying to protect my life. This bitch was trying. He proceeded to say, well, I don't understand how my wife called you a nigger when I was raised, my stepfather was a black man. Oh, well, you better check your bitch and tell your bitch to stop roaming around here calling people niggers, because that's how you get fucked up. Calling people fucking niggers and shit. You know what I mean? Hand is all fucked up, and, you know, I'm gonna go back right now and I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna put this shit in check. She had no business calling you a nigger and yada yada yada. And so the cops came out, and, you know, they took pictures of my scratches and everything. Look at that shit. I mean, I wish that you guys could see the inside of my mouth. My gums is like lifted from where she clawed me in the inside of my mouth. So now I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm traumatized of what's really going to happen. The end of this government system is here. It's here. I see it. It's in Revelations. We all need to open up. We need to open up our eyes, y'all, because, man, like, shit is so real, y'all. Like, in my life have I been called a nigger by a white person. It's not a good feeling. Now, my kids is asking me, Mom, what's a niglet? What is a niglet? How do I explain that? Everybody better get their lives in order. God is coming back. He's coming back, and he's going to sit on his throne. All of this is just an eye-opener for me. I remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about Christianity and saying, you know, what should I do? Where do I... Now I'm for sure that I need to get right with God. Because I'm telling y'all, for this to happen, it took for this to happen to me. Uh-oh, y'all got a call coming in.